Hey, we are back with the next episode of the Viral Nation. Viral brand has gone through lots of ups and downs over the last year, but we have continued to move forward, and we are excited to bring some great news. And we've talked about it a little bit. If you follow our social media on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, we've been posting and doing quite a bit over the last few years, especially over the definitely during the pandemic. But we are back today. It's Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving 2022. Hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. And from everyone at Viral Brand, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We are going to get the show started here in just a moment. Going to go over some great Black Friday deals. We're going to talk about some of the goggles that are available to you today. And then we're going to talk a little about some of the changes that have happened with Viral Brand and what we see happening here in the near future. So stay tuned. We will be back here in just a second after our intro.
Wake up at 5 a.m. Gotta be at the track at 10. It's time to ride. All of this anticipation to ride in the Viral Nation.
All right, Black Friday today through Monday, Cyber Monday, Viral Brand. If you know much about Viral Brand, and even if you don't, we don't discount. That's not something that we are really big on doing. And so for you to have the opportunity today to go ahead and take part of our Viral Brand Black Friday sales, it is a huge deal for us. Go ahead and check out Black Friday. Use code BLACK22. It's good from today, from November 23rd all the way through November 28th, which is going to be Monday, Cyber Monday at midnight. And we have some great deals. Again, go to viralbrandmx.com. That's viralbrandmx.com. Click on the Black Friday link or just hit shop now. That'll take you to our partner. That's Central Power Sports Distributing, CPD. And they will take you right to our discounts. Enter things into your cart. Go to checkout, and on the discount code, enter BLACK22, and you will see your discounts before you're even able to check out. That way you know what you're getting and saving right off the bat. We are excited to be back with you again here in the Viral Nation. I know we've been gone for a while, but we took that time to really delve into the company, to really push the company to a new level. We added our distributor, which you may or may not remember, or we might or might not have talked about, but we added Central Power Sports Distributing back maybe about 7-8 months ago, and they're out of South Dakota. They are a key player for us here in the North or in the United States, and we could not be happier to add them to our list of distributors from Canada to Mexico to Australia to Europe now. And with you guys as consumers out there just loving our product, you guys are the Viral Nation. You guys have helped us move from being a tiny little company that was really just one or two guys to growing to where we've got all these distributors and we have product worldwide. And Viral Brand is a name that is becoming more and more synonymous with quality and championships and winning and that kind of stuff. So we're really, really excited to keep growing. With that partnership, we also partnered with the General Tire Arena Cross Series, the Outlaw Series this year, which you can see on Fox Sports 1 starting in January. And we are the official goggle of the General Tire Arena Cross and the Whole Shot winners on Saturday. So on Saturday, the 250 and the 450 Pro Class can earn money by whole shotting the each moto. Now, one of the things we also did is we started bringing on some riders. We stepped away from Supercross back a couple years ago, and in 2022 or 2023 actually, we are getting back into Supercross. We went ahead and signed Logan Carnow. He is our first big signing of the year. We're super stoked to have Logan. Now, Logan actually raced for us before and was with us for quite a few years before he moved to a different team with different goggles and that kind of stuff. But it is super cool now that Logan is doing his own thing. He came back to Viral Brand. We have him on board, and he's our #1 guy in the Supercross world as of right now. And we also went and signed Mike Alessi this year. He is our Arena Cross guy. And Mike's riding the 2 strokes at the Arena Crosses and has had a pretty good start of this season. Had some bike malfunctions at the last round, but has been doing really, really well. So that's kind of got us caught up to what's happening as far as just a little bit of what's going on the last year or so. We have our WORKS Series goggles and our F2 goggles that are on Black Friday closeout sales, or not closeouts, but Black Friday sales. And let's go ahead and look at our commercial here real quick. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the F2 and the WORKS Series goggle. And we will go over some of the features and benefits of those goggles and how you can save on those goggles today. So we'll be right back. So the WORKS Series goggle is one of the goggles that you can take advantage of right now for the Black Friday special that we're having right now. Go to viralbrandmx.com, head over to shop now. That'll take you to the CPD website. When you put everything in your cart at checkout, just type in Black 22 and that will get you the discount on the WORKS Series F2 tear-offs, lenses, you name it. You can get a discount on Black Friday all the way through Cyber Monday. So make sure you take advantage of that. So let's talk a little bit about the WORKS Series goggle. I know we've talked about it before. If you've been following our social media, I'm sure you understand that what the WORKS Series goggle does. But for those who don't, let's talk a little bit about the WORKS Series goggle. WORKS Series goggle is a precision optics lens. It's a quick change lens. So first thing out of the box, you can change this lens in less than 30 seconds. It's one of the easiest lenses to change in the industry, but yet still has a great fit. It is very secure and does not allow dirt to get inside the goggle at all. It also is a precision optics lens, so your clarity that you're going to see is pretty much second to none in all of the industry. It's up there with any of the other lenses that are out there right now. This is also UV 400 protected, so you get great UV protection when you wear this goggle. On the goggle itself, we still have that great curve that our goggles are so known for that best fit. And then you turn it around, we run 3 layers of face foam, and we run wick layers inside there with these little wick holes, and those suck the sweat away from your face to keep your face dry. And then it goes into this built-in sweat channel, which is right here. And that built-in sweat channel is designed to pull that sweat out. It gets outside of the goggle. It does not drip down into your face. All of our goggles also are OTG. That means they're over the glasses goggles. So all of our goggles come made that way. We don't want to charge you more to have something that you really need. So you can get our goggles at the same price with OTG goggles. Something else our goggles do that no other goggle company does is we have what's called quick change straps. Now our straps are come out just like that. Now they don't come out when you're riding. You have a little slot right here, but it's just that quick. So if you crash, you need to wipe your goggles down, you need to put a new lens in, or you want to change it to match your riding gear, you just do it just that quick and you got yourself a brand new pair of goggles. 50 millimeter strap, no slip on the back side. The WORKS Series come as embroidered straps, so they're high-end quality straps. And that is your WORKS Series goggle that we have. We have tear-offs available for these. We have roll-offs, 50 millimeter roll-offs available for these. And these have the outriggers, sweat channel, arc curve, and they all come with the best fit challenge. And then best fit challenge or the best fit guarantee is really very simple. You buy this goggle, and right now you can buy it at the Black Friday special price, right? Head over to viralbrandmx.com, put it in your cart. You can see what the price is. And you can save a ton on these goggles right now. These goggles retail for $120 normally, and you can buy these for a lot less than that right now. And you can get the 50 millimeter roll-offs if you want. You can buy the tear-offs for them. We have no fog on these. We have all sorts of stuff to make this one of the best goggles. We have guys wearing these at the Outdoor Nationals. We had them riding at the MXGPs. We've had our World Enduro guys running these goggles. These goggles have been tried and tested over the last year and a half, and they are a great goggle. You will not be disappointed in this goggle at all. We have the F2 goggle, which is also on Black Friday special. And this goggle here has basically the same frame. It runs a little bit different face foam. We still have the OTG cutouts for that. So even though you are not getting all the features of the higher end goggle, you still get the OTG cutout. You still have a quick change lens. It is a precision optics lens as well. It comes with a smoke, no fog, and then you have supplemental straps, 50 millimeters with non-slip. The straps also come on and off just like the Big Brother does. And these goggles retail for $49.99, and you can get them right now on our Black Friday special. For $25. You cannot beat this goggle. There isn't a goggle on the market with outriggers, quick change, wide field of view for $25. There just isn't a goggle. And you can't beat this goggle. This goggle at $49.99 is the best goggle you'll ever put on your face for that price. I guarantee it. Again, this goggle also comes with our best fit guarantee, which means if you buy this goggle, you don't think it fits better or as good as any goggle you've ever worn, you can get a full refund on this goggle. And in all fairness, we've been running that special now for 7 or 8 years, and we had 2 goggles returned ever on that. So, we're very, very confident in that goggle. It's a great goggle. If you wear that goggle, you will love that goggle. Everybody that wears it loves it. Nose guard is removable, and inside the box itself, there's a nose guard plug, because when you pull the nose guard, it leaves 2 holes in the frame. And your plugs are in there as well. So we're pretty excited. We're pretty excited about that. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will talk a little bit about the Mini O's that is happening right now, the Vet Nationals, and also a little bit about what's coming up on Monday. So happening down in Florida right now, we have the Mini O's happening. We have a bunch of our riders down there. We have Workman down there. We have Shannon Tarno, and we have Logan Mortberg. And I just want to give a shout out to all 3 of those guys, on top of McGriff and a bunch of other guys that are down there as well. But we have a bunch of guys down there. We don't sponsor a lot of riders. It's not that we don't want to sponsor everybody, because we'd be great to be able to sponsor everybody. But we made a decision after the first couple of years of doing business that we wanted to sponsor core riders, guys that really are part of the sport, that are out there working. They don't have to be the fastest guys, but they have to be out there on a weekly basis doing big nationals, doing well at local events. And so if you have gotten sponsored by us, it's an honor, because we don't sponsor everybody that sends in a resume. And there's a lot of people that are disappointed, I'm sure. They probably don't wear our goggles right now because they didn't get sponsored by us. But we're not looking to do a sponsorship program where it's basically a third tier distribution network where you're really not getting the love from us that you need. And so if you are a sponsored rider from us and you're sending us your results and you're sending us your pictures, for those guys out there that know that ride for us, you're getting featured on our social all the time. We are following you guys. We know, we know what you guys are doing. Logan today picked up a P1 in his Super Mini class. He's riding a 125 for the first time. Shannon Tarnow, second overall down at the Florida World Mini O's. Workman down there doing some great work down there as well. We follow you guys. We try to make sure we know what's going on. We want to know and keep up with you. We follow you. That's something we try to do as well. Is if you're sponsored by us, we follow you. We don't follow a lot of people anymore. We've been getting rid of a lot of people that were kind of on board with us and originally that aren't with us anymore. And now we're going back and refollowing only our riders, so we can all share and kind of grow. That's the whole idea of social. And the whole idea of going viral is that if you share it with 10 people and we share it with 10 people and your friend shares it with 10 people, then pretty soon, you're getting blown up all over the place. Not only is that good for us, it's good for you as a rider as well. Because when you have a company behind you helping sponsor you or support you, then it's something that really works well for you. A lot of guys don't quite understand that. They want to ride for one of the major goggle companies, and they don't realize that that goggle company doesn't need you as a rider. They're giving you a discount, which is great, and it's a good goggle. No matter what goggle it is, goggles out there are all pretty good, right? But what they're not doing is they're not promoting you, and they're not helping you, and they're not growing your brand, because you are a brand. If you're racing and you're out there and you're doing well, you're a brand. And even if you're not doing well and you're growing and you're trying to push yourself to be better every week and you're taking training classes and you're doing that kind of stuff, then you are a brand. And the way that you make your brand grow is by aligning with people that want to help you grow. And that's something that I think a lot of guys miss in this industry, is they want to be with this goggle company because everyone wears it. Well, that's the biggest problem. That's the first thing that I wouldn't want, right? Everybody wears it, which means you don't stand out. Wear viral brand. You're going to stand out. People are going to want to go, no, why are you wearing that? Why aren't you wearing this goggle or that goggle? And, we're pretty excited. Not only do we have a good program, we sponsor the right riders, but also we have an outstanding product. So not only are you getting a good product, right? You're getting with a company that really wants to help you out as well. And today on Black Friday, today's a Black Friday 2022 special, right? You can actually try the goggles out for very inexpensive, put in your resume, get sponsored, get our 2023 stuff when it starts coming out. You can get that at a little bit of a discount as well. And we can help you guys grow your brand as we grow our brand, and we all can go viral, because that's what this is all about. So let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we have going on and how you can actually save. So we talked about the WORKS Series Goggle. We talked about the F2 Goggle, some of the features and benefits, but how can you actually buy them? So what I would suggest is let's go over to viralbrand.com. And the first thing you're going to see our Hoosier Arena Cross. We got our Whole Shot Award. So if you're racing the Hoosier Arena Cross Series, then you may end up with a Whole Shot Award. You just go to our site, click on the redeem your coupon, and that'll take you over to get you to redeem it. Just right there. It's just that simple. Click on that link right there, and away you go. And as you can see, we have some sponsorship up on our website right now. But here's Black Friday. Go ahead and click on the Black Friday Save Now. That's going to take you over to our partner at CPD. And here you can go ahead and see that we have all of our F2 Series goggles are all right here. We have our WORKS Series goggles in all the different colors. We have our tear-offs, and we have our different lenses available. All these straps are available as well. You can get all those straps aftermarket to match them to your gear. So no matter what gear you're running, right, you can actually pick those up and change your gear. We got camo, we got red, white, and blue. We've got teal, black and white, red, gold, you name it, we've got it. Head over to the CPD, and today during Black Friday, use code BLACK22 and you can save a ton of money. And also our Rogue sunglasses. We've got Rogue sunglasses not only in black, but we also have them in white, and those are a UV 400 protected lens. It's precision optics. The tint is the same as what you get in our goggle lenses, and they are an absolute awesome sunglass. And you can do two things with those sunglasses. You can run them as a full frame, or you can pull them apart and only run the top frame part of it. There's a nose piece that goes on them as well, which is really, really cool. So that's pretty awesome. So we're going to take one more quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the World Vet and then we're going to talk about Black Friday specials, and away we go. But we'll be back here in just one more moment. So, whoops, let's get this going. Oh, we're having a bit of a technical difficulty here really quick. All right, so let's go back to main camera. There we go. And so what we got, so we Viral Brand decided, we went down to California a few weeks ago, or a little over a month ago, and we decided kind of at the last moment that we were going to head down and do the World Vet. I decided I was going to go down and do the World Vet. And, you know, I ride a bit here and there. I won't say that I train. I don't go to the gym. I have been putting in laps for the last month or so after getting my bike from Bellevue Kawasaki here up in the Northwest. And I decided to go down to do the World Vet. Now, the World Vet is held at Glen Helen. It is one of the roughest tracks that you get a chance to race, and they run you 20-minute motos. I run the 50 Pro class. Out of the 50 Pro class, there was 34 riders in the 50 Pro class, and it was a heck of a weekend. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do when I first started. I wasn't sure if I was going to be competitive. I wasn't sure if I was going to be, get my butt kicked and embarrass myself. I had no idea. And so went down there, and first thing that happened is Jeremy McGrath decided that he wasn't going to race the 50 class. He decided he was going to race the 40 class. And so that was kind of cool. It means I didn't have to race against McGrath, which I raced against him when I was a kid, when we were both kids. But, obviously Jeremy had a different level of speed than about everybody else on the entire planet, right? So Jeremy went on to be Jeremy, and a lot of us went on into obscurity, right? And so went down there and got a chance to race with Kurt Nichols. Kurt Nichols is a 3 or 4 time world champion, MXGP guy. I mean, he's been around the races forever. He's 55, 58, 57. I don't know. He's up in the upper ends of the 50s, and the dude is smoking fast. I mean, just absolutely smoking fast. We got there on Friday. We went down and used my business partner's place down there in Temecula. Had a great time down there. We decided to go to practice on Friday, which was a great deal because that practice gave me an opportunity to realize that I was really hurting as far as my corner speed. And but we ended up going and going to a new suspension company. Went to MX Trends Suspension, which is Jason. And Jason used to work for Factory Honda and Suzuki, and worked with Ken Roxon for a while, then worked with the Hunter brothers, the Lawrence brothers, Hunter and Lawrence. And so we really understand suspension. And I ended up stealing my kids' motorcycles, what I ended up doing. I've got a KX450. My son's got a KX450 as well, and his had the suspension done on it. So I grabbed it and took it down there. And Friday was a struggle. I mean, it really was. Track was super rough. Million people on the track. There was bumps at the top of the downhill. I mean, I'm not sure how you get bumps when you first crest the hill of a downhill, because you should be accelerating the first part of the hill, but there was bumps from the top to the bottom, and they were big. And then the ruts were really deep too. I mean, they just had ruts galore at there, and they were deep, breaking bumps going in, a lot of square edge stuff coming out, and it was quite a bit of work. So we ended up going out, doing 2 or 3 practice sessions. Last session, I went out and messed with the bike a bit, got the bike to really turn really well. It settled really well in the corners, and we got ready for Saturday. And so we got there Saturday morning, got our booth set up again. We had, just a good bunch of guys came by. It was pretty cool. Got a chance to talk with Rich Taylor from X Brand. Got to talk to the guys from Dirt Bike, Mark Tillian, Josh Mosman, and saw Dr. D down there, Doug Dubach, and Andy White from FXR. And it was just cool to be down in that environment down there where there's just so many industry guys. Went out for practice and felt a little better in practice. I really did. I wasn't still quite sure where I fit in the pack, but I felt like I was going a lot faster on Saturday. Kurt Nichols went by me, and I was like, "Holy crap, man! That guy went by me fast." And tried to log in behind him or tuck in behind him for a while, but it didn't seem to work out really well. But it was what it was. And then we went and lined up first moto. Right, we were Moto 7, so we were kind of not quite early because there were like 16, 17 motos in the day. So, but we weren't last by any means. So went out there, and first moto took off. And just got a horrible start. And that first lap was like riding an national from like 05 or 06 or even 94, 95. And guys were just crazy, wide open, cutting across the track. No one was holding their lines. We were banging into each other, and it was touch and go there for that first lap, man. I was like, I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, and I just put my head down and started going through traffic. And what was really cool was, I kind of, as the moto went on, 20-minute motos on a really rough track for someone that doesn't train a lot, it was kind of a daunting task. I wasn't really sure I could even pull it off. And but I put my head down and just kept picking lines and trying to, kept picking guys off here and picking guys off there. And pretty soon I worked my way up into like 6th place, and I was a big gap up to 5th place. But the last lap, I just found a couple really good lines, really smoothed out, dropped my lap times pretty dramatically, and I literally finished like a half a bike length behind 5th place. And I'm sure he was getting tired, but I also put my best lap times in. And when you go look at the lap times on glenhelen.com, you can see that I dropped my lap times pretty dramatically. So that made me feel really good. And of course I felt, hey, 6th place isn't bad. My goal was to be a top 5 guy. And I felt if I was in the top 5 out of 30 plus riders, that's pretty legit, right? I think that felt like a pretty good moto or a pretty good results, and wouldn't embarrass myself and have a good time and really and not really push myself outside my comfort zone, which I really didn't do. So Moto 2 comes up, and again, I just get just for whatever reason, I just could not get off the gate well. And I'm normally a pretty good starter, right? And so I ended up working my way through traffic pretty quick, but I didn't know where I was at, and I just had my head down, and there was a guy out in front of me a little bit, and I was slowly, knocking off a couple seconds a lap, and I was catching up to him. In the last lap, or the second to last lap, I caught up to him, made a really sweet pass. I'm not sure if he didn't know I was there or he didn't. I don't know what the deal was, but I went around him like he was like pretty much glued to the ground. And then that guy come around past the white flag. I'm in 3rd place, which I had no idea was in 3rd. And, kind of tried to smooth out a little bit, probably slowed down a little bit. I didn't mean to, but I think I might have slowed down just a little bit, and went up into Talladega, and man, he went in there like it was 1995 again. And he, we banged bars a little bit. I almost went down. Came around the corner, came into the next corner, and I followed him up the first uphill, got to the top of the uphill, and he kind of slowed down to kind of keep me to the outside of him, so I couldn't get a run down the inside of him. Made a break, and I cut back to the inside, got down beside him at the bottom of the downhill. We came up the uphill side by side again. The next uphill, came down that side by side, almost went down, back end kicked out pretty heavily, and then I kind of took a breath, right? Let it kind of smooth, kind of cruise through the corner, took a breath, and then I started re-attacking again. Caught right back up to him, tried to make a pass in the same corner I'd passed him before. And didn't quite make it. Went over they call it the hip jump. Went over the hip jump. Went back up into the REM section of the track, and we were pretty close. But I was making a lot of little mistakes. My hand came off the handlebar again, and as we came down into the last couple corners, I kind of just let up. I wish I wouldn't have done that, but I let up, and he ended up taking 3rd place, and I took 4th. Well, the guy that was in 5th was about a minute behind us. I mean, he was way back. And so they gave me 3rd place as I came across the finish line, and got up on the podium, got to pop the champagne, had my 3rd place medallion, Had all the photos and got a chance to talk on the microphone, which was just awesome, right? To get third overall at the Vet National was one of the biggest in the world. And I thought, man, that was pretty legit, even though I would have rather have gone 1-3 or something be up fighting up in the front a little bit more. Just to be on the podium was pretty awesome. Went home that night and I was going to take a screenshot of the results, and the results had me in fourth. And I'm like, what the heck? So we were getting loaded up to come home. And I said, my buddy Tom Kittleman had gone down there with me, and I said, hey, let's pop into to Glen Helen on the way out, because they were running on Saturday. Saturday was the only day that I raced. They were still racing on Sunday. So we popped back in, talked to the powers that be, and sure enough, the gentleman that got fourth in Moto 1, I don't know if I should call him a gentleman, but the guy that got fourth in Moto 1, he was in 8th place on the last lap and passed 3 dudes. And got into 5th. So he went 5-4, or went 4-5. I went 6-4, and 6-4 loses to 5-4, and he ended up getting 3rd overall. And which was a bum deal, because he's ridden the Vet National a few years in a row. I went back and looked at his results. He's been there a few times. He's out of Colorado, and really bummed that he didn't get a chance to be on the podium. Doesn't take away the fact that he will be memorialized at Glen Helen now for life as being a top 3 guy at the World Vet in the pro class, the 50 pro class. But still, bummer for myself. If I would have just kept pushing, I think I probably could have got back into 3rd. But a lot of stuff happened. My dad had passed away in between. He'd passed away in the morning, but I hadn't learned about it until in between my first moto and my second moto. So, I was really happy with how I did. Super stoked on the results that we had. Little bummed that I didn't push it a little harder at the end to get back around the gentleman from Canada. But overall, it was a great event. Top 5 is what my goal was. To get 4th was pretty awesome. Got a chance to talk to Jeff Matasevich a little bit. Got a chance to talk to McGrath a little bit, which was pretty cool. I got some line advice from him. And overall, Viral Brand was down there and had a chance to, kind of show what we, kind of show that we're back in a big way going into 2023 and into the future. So you're going to see a lot of stuff. So that's how the World Vet went. Pretty excited about that. But we're going to talk a little bit about the future here really quick. In the future, and I'm going to do that here in just a second. I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so going into the future, this is what Viral Brand looks like going forward. We have distribution in the United States now, which is going to allow us to continue to grow. We've done some marketing this year that we've never really done before, being the official goggle of the GT, the General Tire Arena Cross Series, the Outlaw Series by Geico. We have got a few riders this year that we have on board. We got Logan Carnell, we got Mike Alessi, and we're looking for a few more national riders and Supercross riders. We have laminated tear-offs going into 2023, which is a big thing for us. With our optically correct lens, our precision optics, our quick change lenses, all the stuff we have coming out, our goggle is probably one of the best goggles on the market, bar none. And I mean that sincerely. I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, whatever. I mean that. It is probably the best goggle you will ever put on your face. And two of the features on our new 2023 goggle are going to be patented. Those are going to come out somewhere in January. But until then, we have our WORKS Series goggle that has a lot of the same features. Now, the WORKS Series goggle is going to be available today, and the F2 goggles available today through our Black Friday special. Go to viralbrandmx.com. Click on the link that'll take you over on the shop now, or click on the Black Friday link that'll take you over to CPD, Central Power Sports Distributing, and go ahead and enter that code BLACK22 in checkout. And before you put your credit card in, you'll see your discount prior to that. And it's anything over $150, free shipping. So make sure you check that out. Going forward, we're going to start working on trying to have our Viral Nation podcast, if not weekly, bi-weekly, but we're going to try to get to where we're having a really consistent podcast or video cast, or whatever you want to call this that we're doing. We're going to try to make this a really, really part of our marketing program going forward. We're going to try to get some people to come in on this as far as Zoom calls and that kind of stuff. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. So If you were already listening, hey, welcome back. If you've never heard us before, welcome to the Viral Nation. We hope that you stay tuned. We hope that you come back again. And we hope that we can put together some really good shows over the next little bit. I'd like to talk to Logan Mortberg about how his mini O's went. Shannon Tarno as well. I want to talk to Logan Carnow a little bit about how his Supercross prep is going and some of his new stuff he's got going on. And we're going to try to talk to Mike Alessi as well and see how he's doing in the Arena Cross Series. So that's all stuff that we're working on for the future. And again, we want to thank you guys. Don't forget that we have our Black Friday. We got our Black Friday coming up. So again, Black Friday, go to viralbrandmx.com, click on our link that'll take you over to our CPD website partner, and there you end up Black 22 in checkout, and that will take care of you and get you your discount. As I've said before, Viral Brand does not discount a ton. So if you're able to see this and you're seeing this video, or you have a friend that you know that's looking for goggles or wants to do them for Christmas gifts, man, don't miss out, because you cannot buy Viral Brand goggles this cheap at any time of the year, because we don't discount. It's something we just do not do. So we're excited. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. We want to thank the band Always Naked for our intro music. This year they actually opened for Sammy Hagar, George Thorogood, and Queensryche. So pretty awesome. They were also live on KISW here in the Northwest earlier this year, and doing some live stuff. That was really cool. That happened the same weekend as the Old Timer National down at Glen Helen. And that's it. That's it for this week's podcast. We will be back at the same bat time, the same bat station. Now, we don't know what bat time or the station's right here. But we will be back soon with our next episode of the Viral Nation. Until then, you guys have a great, great weekend.
Wake up at 5 a.m. Gotta be at the track at 10. It's time to ride. All of this anticipation to ride in the Viral Nation.